Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, January 26. On this date in 1998, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Davis, California. In the main event, Owen Hart defeated the Artist, formerly known as Goldust. On this date in 2004, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Hershey, Pennsylvania. In the main event, Goldberg defeated Jonathan Coachman and Mark Henry in a no disqualification handicap tag team match. On this date in 1998, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Fort Wayne, Indiana. In the main event, Lex Luger defeated Scott Hall by disqualification. On this date in 2009, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Cleveland, Ohio. In the main event, Chris Jericho defeated CM Punk. This has been Today in Wrestling History, January 26. Where else in a 10-second span can you get Jonathan Coachman and the Artist formerly known as Goldust? Nowhere but right here on Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you. Just having a little fun, looking back at the Rumbles, looking ahead at the Rumble coming up tomorrow. Let me give you the predictions certain to go wrong because my mind goes in different tangents and I forget things. And I don't, even if I have them written down in front of me, I still somehow find a way to forget them. All right, predictions certain to go wrong. We've got the pre-show, Antonio Cesaro defending the U.S. title against The Miz. I think Cesaro is going to retain there. Team Hell No against Rhodes Scholars for the tag titles. I think Scholars are going to win it here. I think at this point, you need the bad guy as a tag team to see, all right, now that Team Hell No has graduated from anger management, as we saw this past Monday on Raw, what will happen when they face animosity or face adversity? That's the word I'm looking for, as they have lost the tag titles and now have to work as a unit, one of the two, a unified unit, how about that, to regain the championship. We'll see. I think Scholars has it here. Alberto Del Rio and the Big Show, last man standing match for the world title. I think Big Show has that simply because of the WMD. It's pretty much going to take Del Rio running the Big Show over with his whatever expensive car it is to stop him, and even that may not. Who knows? CM Punk and The Rock, WWE title. I think Punk is going to hang on to the title in some capacity, even if he doesn't necessarily win the match. And the 30-man Royal Rumble match, even though we only know 18 of the 30 entrants. There's Cena, there's Sheamus, there's Randy Orton, there's Dolph Ziggler, all three members of 3MB, Antonio Cesaro, Wade Barrett, The Miz, Ryback, Daniel Bryan, Kane, the Great Khali, Kofi Kingston. The primetime players are both in it. And then the winner of the NXT tournament. So that way you're not looking tomorrow night and going, who? Here are the 8 names that are competing in this tournament, and one of them will win and move on to have an entry into the Rumble where they've got a 1 in 30 shot of winning. It's almost like a play-in a sense, for the March Madness tournament. There we go. A real sports equivalent so Starship Matt knows what the hell's going on. Got to do that every once in a while. Yeah, NXT, it's kind of like the minor leagues, and this tournament to get into the Royal Rumble, it's literally like the 64th team play-in. Okay. Well, now it's like 68, right? Or 68, 68 now. Yeah, exactly. It shows you how long it's been since I've followed it. But you got Corey Graves, Oliver Gray, Luke Harper, Xavier Woods, Connor O'Brien, Adrian Neville, Bo Dallas, and Leo Kruger. One of those 8 is going to make it into the Rumble. This is one of those times where I really hope I'm wrong, but I know last year I got burned because all signs pointed to Jericho, and Jericho was one of the last 2, and Sheamus ended up winning it. All signs are pointing to Cena, and in this case, I have to go with it. I think Cena is going to take it. I don't know. We'll certainly see. Let's go ahead and get back to the phones. Got a couple people hanging on. I think Jack was hanging first, calling from a little out west in Pittsburgh. Jack, what's going on? Jack, we got
hello.
You. There we go.
Hello. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to say that was real great stuff you had with Steve off.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate it. Love, like I said, kind of expanding a little bit, not just necessarily talking the big two, but kind of bringing the future to now in a sense.
Yeah, it's great. I wanted to say I've had this thought burning through my head the past couple of days about the Royal Rumble and the Shield. Since the Shield can't get involved with Punk and Rock, obviously, do you think there's a possibility that they're going to get involved in the Royal Rumble and every so often maybe clear the ring and eliminate people? Like you got a couple of tag team competitors in the ring, like got O'Neal and Gabriel and Darren Young, and maybe they'll just come out of nowhere, attack them all, and throw them out of the Rumble.
I mean, the Shield is certainly a wild card in that regard, and that may explain in part why there are 12 open slots that haven't been announced in any kind of capacity. Maybe the Shield takes up 3 of those spots. Maybe somewhere early on there are 2 entrants who don't come out. Next thing you know, that third entrant ends up being all 3 of them, and they come out as a pack. I mean, it could be possible they draw a 7, 8, 9 or something like that and just kind of clear the field. I mean, maybe there's somewhere a little bit later, like a 21, 22, 23, but in some capacity, it's possible the 3 of them are paired together as entrants. I mean, because where else are you going to get there's going to be that comedic return person or that person who's not going to win, but somebody you haven't seen in a while. I mean, you look back to 5 years ago at Madison Square Garden where you had Snuka and Piper as a couple of the entrants. You knew they weren't going to win it, but it was still fun to see, and it was fun for the rest of the wrestlers to almost kind of watch time stop as the 2 of them turn the clock back about 25 years.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of like my favorite Rumble moment I wanted to tell you before I forgot.
Oh, I stole your thunder. I just kind of went on a roll, and that just kind of went out there. That was certainly an example of a great moment. But I mean, in the past they've had. I mean, in the 2000 Rumble, same building, they had Bob Backlund, who's now the Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. They had him as a surprise entrance. So you never know where they're going to necessarily go with it.
Yeah, they've always been good about that. It's always been very entertaining over the past couple of years watching the Rumbles. And my favorite moment had to be, this isn't huge or anything like that, but after watching the Undertaker win in 2007 and 2008, him and Shawn Michaels starting off the Royal Rumble, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but that was one of my favorites. Oh yeah, no,
it set the tone for the entire event, and then I mean the absolute shocker from that. The unexpected return of John Cena, 3.5 months after having pectoral surgery, expected to be out for 8 to 12 months, and all of a sudden he comes back. And kudos to the Madison Square Garden crowd, because for once, everyone was shocked. There was no internet spoiler thrown out. There was no, news leaked somewhere. I mean, it was just one of those pure surprises that you don't see all too often in wrestling, and that's what made that reaction and that moment so much better. And I think that was the last time where, at least initially, there were 100% cheers for Cena.
Oh yeah, that doesn't happen a whole heck of a lot.
No, I know.
not nowadays.
That's certainly one of those rarities. Jack, thanks so much for the call. Appreciate talking to you. Hope to hear from you again. Let's go ahead and get Sean up here real quick. We got a few minutes left here. Sean, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Hey, how you been, Fearon? Everything's going good with me. Local, keep it local. We have the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance coming back to Bristol soon.
Oh, okay.
Crossing the T's and dotting the I's as we speak. So it's good. We're going to have a nice local show. Hopefully they start running every month.
Yes, that's good to hear. And actually, I was just about to mention another event that's coming up tonight, actually. And I'm going to go take a nap right after the show so I can actually have the energy to go see it. But over in Feasterville, the DWF, they're running a show from the Sportsplex in Feasterville. And
we always love those guys.
Oh, yeah. And this is something interesting tonight. It's called Total Respect. It's the Legends show. It's featuring Hall of Famer Jimmy Superfly Snuka is going to be in the house tonight in Feasterville. So I'm geeked up about that.
I would be too.
Yeah, you got Nikolai Volkov, you've got Sal Sincere and the Patriot, and looking at another local good friend of mine, the current DWF Cruiserweight champion Mark Angel. He'll be in the house along with a host of others. I was going to say I can't even. But it would take me at least the rest of the hour to go over all the names that are going to be at this. But definitely check it out. It's going to be at the Sportsplex. It's 1331 O'Reilly Drive in Feasterville. $15 at the door. Kids under 5 are free. And that's a 7:30 bell time tonight, so you definitely want to check that out. For more information, I would say give the Sportsplex a call. It's 215-355-2582.
Yeah, the last time I was out with one of those events, I think it was your first DW event. And I think we were out there with Completely Damaged doing some great interviews for CompletelyDamaged.com. We always do local stuff. RC does some great stuff. I know I'm collaborating with him. We're trying to see what we can do for WrestleMania. Who knows? It's a roller coaster. Yeah, absolutely. What I'll do is I'll definitely get back to you, like I said, as soon as your eyes are dotted and the T's are crossed. But Worldwide Wrestling Alliance, coming back to Bristol, always do a great job no matter what. See some local superstars, some international superstars sometimes. You never know what you see. Absolutely. All right. Thanks so much, Sean, for the call. Appreciate it. I got to run. I figure I'll leave you with a little look back to the past here. A little montage thrown together of some of the past notable moments of Royal Rumble history, and we'll be back. I believe we'll be back next week. Talking with the boss. There might be some sports action, but but check the Facebook page. I'll keep you posted on that as the info comes along. Still got to talk with the powers that be. For now, let's take a look back in history at some of the great moments in Royal Rumble history.
Welcome, everyone, to the World Wrestling Federation. Welcome to the Cup Coliseum in Hamilton, Ontario. Yes, this is the Royal Rumble.
It's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble, where it's every man for himself.
And look at that. I got about a minute left. So we'll talk some quick news. I mentioned Mr. Backlund, a Hall of Famer, the second member of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2013. The headliners for the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame this year out in Waterloo, Iowa, Ric Flair, Matt Hughes, and Edge, among others. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week. Also, Extreme Rising. They're looking for a possible TV deal. They're doing some fundraising campaigns, an Indiegogo campaign, kind of like Kickstarter, trying to get $16,500 by February 7th. They're about 10% of the way there with just under 2 weeks to go. Yipes. Also, Stephanie making a marketing top 40 list. Marketing magazine Ad Age has named Stephanie McMahon one of their 40 under 40 as far as marketing leaders. Who'd have thunk that? And Kid Cash, he may or may not be out of TNA. His profile's removed from the TNA webpage, but he disputes that he has left TNA. That's it for Pro Wrestling Weekly. Stay tuned. Starship Matt Starship is up next here on 1490 WBCB.
1490 WBCB. Levittown, Fairless Hills, Trenton.